Alex, hold on. Alex, can you cut them lights out? Them bright?
I gotta be on.
Dog, ain't never been that bright.
They'll look into the light.
Yeah.
New light bulbs.
Yeah.
See, when you beat LSU, you get new light bulbs.
Oh, Lord.
Reggie, when you talk about this football game, you guys coming off such an emotional high, what do you think the mindset is going into this next game? Do you guys feel like you've kind of come down off that high at this point?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I just know we just got to keep doing our jobs and just keep getting better throughout the weeks. And I think we'll be just fine. We just got to keep getting better in the fundamentals of the game and just keep working on the little things as a whole. So I think we'll be fine.
Coach talked about making sure that guys are, refocused heading into another tough game. But how much do the upperclassmen get involved in that? How much are you guys kind of policing guys early in the week?
Just tell the guys to stay calm. Yeah, we had a good win against a good team, but you just got to keep staying focused on the task at hand. It's still a lot of football left to be played, and you just got to keep being focused on the little things and just keep getting better as your position as yourself, and don't worry about the outside people because the outside gonna talk regardless. So you just got to keep worrying about what's going on inside and just keep being a family.
Every week we ask you about how physical a game is going to be, but we never really ask you how you feel physically afterwards. And I know the LSU game historically has been up there. How do you feel? How do you think everybody is? Because it was a physical game up there.
Oh, man, I know for myself I'm very sore. And I know the defensive linemen and the offensive front very sore. So I know yesterday I seen a bunch of them up there getting treatment. So it was a very physical game. It's all about getting back healthy for this week coming up. We're going up against a good team also. So we got to get back healthy and get back focused and get prepared for the task at hand.
And I know every week, with Nick Saban usually brings up the same things when it comes to how he wants you guys to focus.
Mm-hmm.
That one word he keeps throwing around, those maturity. Is there a way to is it possible at all to measure maturity in a teammate? I mean, obviously guys are younger, they don't have as much experience, but is there a way at all to quantify maturity level, and is that something you can, I guess, actively work on?
Yeah. As the season goes on, a person that's mature, he gonna keep doing things he got to do, keep studying, keep getting the film treatment, the film, and watching film, and keep getting treatment on his body. That's what a mature person does. A person that's really not understanding what's going on is just gonna come into practice and not get stuff worked on, and is gonna be banged up the whole time throughout the year. So the guy that's mature, he's gonna keep getting treatment, keep watching film, and keep asking coaches the questions he need to ask to keep getting better. That's what a mature guy does, and that's my opinion. I guess coaches talking about.
What kind of threat does Dak Prescott present?
He's dual threat. He can run, he can throw, he can do everything on the field. So you got to contain him. You do a good job containing him. You got a good shot at beating their team. So, but you got to get the pressure on him, and you got to make him uncomfortable in the backfield. So. And that's hard to do. He's a good player, so we got to come out and do our jobs and try to contain him.
A couple of quick questions here, Reggie. You talked about getting treatment and you're sore. Does that mean the whirlpool? Are we talking a masseuse? How do they do that? How do you get them?
Getting in the hot tub, cold tub, and getting the stem and treatment that the trainers got for you, and they normally lay out a plan for you, whatever sore.
At the same time,
oh no, them nails they gonna be dirty, but them feet not though.
Hey, hey, now, are you jealous that Ashawn's got a little package on offense? Is there, do you got to get your own opportunity?
Oh, no, I'm not jealous at all. Whatever helps our team win, I'm for it. If Ashawn got to go in there and block a couple times, and if Coach Kiffin need me to come in there to catch a couple fade balls, I'll do it.
And you were talking about making sure guys come back focused for Mississippi State. How much do the upperclassmen play a role in that? Do you guys kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, police the rest of the team during the week?
Absolutely. The older guys who have been here, been in these situations, know what it takes to come off a big win because statistically, and you look at in the past, statistically, people after a big win they don't play as well the next week because they're still focused on, or they're thinking about what happened last week. But enough guys have been here where we know what has to happen this week, starting today, and Mississippi State has a good team, so we got to get ready.
What does need to happen? I mean, it's one thing to say, it's another thing to do. Or what do you guys do?
You just have to have high energy all week at practice, and it just can't change. From week to week, it's got to be the same thing. We'll go over today what kind of defense they run, all that kind of stuff, and just keep getting back into the routine of things.
Talk about the patience of Kenyon Drake, a guy that's bounced back from injury, kind of struggled throughout the year, but against LSU, you really saw the explosiveness and the patience. Just talk about that for a moment.
I think Drake's had a little bit different role than he has in the past, and if you were on that field against Ole Miss last year, you just really appreciate how hard that kid works, and we all knew he was going to be back, just full strength and just regular Kenyon Drake that we all know, and You just can't say enough about how much, how hard he works, especially at different positions or whatever it is, just to get the team to win.
One word that Nick Saban continues to bring up is maturity. And might seem like a strange question, but is there a way to quantify maturity? I mean, when you look at your teammates, as one of the older guys on the team, is there certain things you pick up on that you see?
I mean, I don't think you can do maturity just based on years, because I know there's some freshmen who've really matured, just in their first year. But I mean, I think as the season goes on, you learn, and different situations you just kind of build on. Just put them in the memory bank for later. So just like this week, where we know coming off a big win last week, we have to have another really great game on Saturday. So a lot of guys who've been on this team and have been around these situations get the younger guys ready.
And is this team have maybe a little more maturity than some of the years past?
I mean, we have a lot of seniors, but I mean, honestly, I think every team identity is a little bit different. This one, I can say, probably does. We have a lot of guys who are older, a lot of guys who have seen a lot of football games, and a lot of guys who are just really ready to win, and that's what we're going to do.
You guys have had big wins this season. You've beaten top 10 teams this season. But just the reaction from guys afterwards, this one seemed different. Was this win different?
I think so. It was a lot of guys' last SEC game in Bryant-Denny. It was a big game for us, especially because it's kind of the turning point in the season. Especially it was November. The best teams, and they play their best football in November, and that's what we try to do. But it really wasn't about going out there and make big plays. It was about just doing your job. Coach Saban said it from day one. It was about doing your job, doing your box, and just competing the way we always have, and that's what we did. And I think we put together the most complete game as an entire team.
How do you prepare for the cowbells?
We always do. They redefine. Not I don't say redefine. Whatever they do crowd noise, like simulations out there. So I'm sure they'll do that. Mississippi State's really, it's a hard place to play. Anywhere is in the SEC on the away games. We know that it's going to be a packed house, but that's just one of the bigger challenges for the week is we'll just communicate. And I think we play pretty well on the road, so feeling pretty good about it.
Every week we ask you about how physical a game is going to be, but it seems like, at least talking in years past, the LSU game is almost a different level of physicality in some ways. How are you feeling? How do you think the team is feeling in that regard?
I mean, every SEC game is physical. I mean, Mississippi State, they always play us tough every single year. So we're going to be ready this week as well. LSU, that was a great test for us too. They had a great front seven, but I know Mississippi State does as well. A lot of guys just taking care of your bodies because this is the later half of the season. Towards the end, this is when a lot of guys are breaking down. So that's one of the biggest things that they've been pushing on us is nutrition and recovery. So that's what a lot of guys are taking care of.
Do you feel like this team is peaking at the right time, and do you feel like you've established that identity that Coach talks about?
I mean, I think you're always working to establish an identity. It's never, you never arrive as a team, and things aren't always just going to be, going uphill. There's always going to be, peaks and valleys. You have to keep going up and down, and just keep pushing through every single day. So for us, it's just about getting better, day in and day out. Right now we're just focused on Mississippi State. We'll take it one day at a time and just keep moving forward.
Couple more. How would you describe Ashawn's block? Is he blocking or is he just moving the pile? I mean, just plowing in and moving in.
I mean, he has an assignment, but I mean, obviously certain things happen at the goal line. Things change. We knew LSU would probably try to match, or they were going to match us in the goal line. I think we have a really good offense or goal line offense. So we brought Ashawn down there, a little bit more muscle. We did that in 2012 with Jesse too. So we'll go back and watch the film, but at certain points, at the goal line, you got pretty much the entire team within a box that's not very big. So it's kind of just drive the pile, and it's kind of like a scrum in rugby. So
can you kind of sometimes feel if somebody hits from behind and there's a little sudden jolt or something like that?
I mean, yeah, you can. Some of the plays we run, it's not just a dive play or whatever, but no, he does a great job for us, and just we'll see if we can keep using him.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Coming back at the start of this week, how do the upperclassmen play a role in that, particularly the younger guys?
Just keep reminding them that, especially now that, we're back in control of the West, and, it's another team in the West we have to win to keep going where we want to go, and, I also think that helps a lot, refocusing people after, an LSU win. It all kind of fell in place for us.
Maturity level is something Nick Saban talks about all the time, and something he wants to see from you guys. Is there any way you can quantify maturity in a teammate based on what he does, how he his body language, that sort of thing? Is there anything that stands out to you to help you quantify maturity in a teammate?
I mean, really just how, I guess you could just say, the preparation they have, how they approach the game plan, how serious practice is to them. When we go into Friday and we're doing our walkthroughs and going to the hotel, them kind of, knowing this is like a business-like environment and we're going to do something, that's like a job. And, there's no room for playing around just in those moments, just how people, are focused.
Is it fair or unfair to say this team might have a higher level of maturity than past years?
I don't know. I think, this team is one in its own, and I don't think you can really compare it to another team just because, everything's so different and we have so many new players.
Really, how fun is it to get a sack and an interception in the same game? Like, how exciting is that?
It's very exciting. It was just awesome to go out there and help my team win. And, I'm always looking to contribute, no matter what it is. And, it just felt good.
What kind of challenge does Dak Prescott present to you guys?
It's a different challenge. Their head coach was with Florida when Tim Tebow was there. So, they run their quarterback more. And, it's a little different because that gives them an extra blocker, in the box when the quarterback's carrying the ball. So it's a little different.
What about the cowbells? How do you prepare for that kind of noise? Is it a different kind of crowd noise?
I mean, I don't know. I guess usually we just do crowd noise, but I don't think they have any audio for cowbells. So I guess we'll just do our crowd noise as usual.
Ryan Kelly just mentioned that he felt like this team was peaking right now in November, and Coach Saban's process is all about that, building towards something.
Yeah.
When college football is so reactionary week to week, how do you get a group of 18 to 22-year-olds to buy into being patient and building towards something?
I guess, because Coach Saban, I guess you just look at his resume and the teams he's had, and the proof's kind of in the pudding. He kind of has a blueprint, for success, and it's hard to kind of question anything he's saying. So, I think that makes it easier. And then plus, we got a lot of guys around here that were, like Ryan was here for 2 national championships. My freshman year, I got to watch, all the upperclassmen, how they did it. And, I think that helps, just having some older guys that were here last time it happened and, just showing some leadership.
Couple more? Or that's it? All right, thanks.
Derek, after this kind of a game that involves so much emotion, just coming off the high of a win like this, what role did the upperclassmen play as far as getting the guys refocused for practice this week?
We enjoyed that win. It was a great win, good opponent, and a good big SEC rivalry. But I'm saying, we got a 25 rule, enjoy that win, and get ready for next week. And we just got to keep on being leaders and carrying the team by the way we practice and the way we play. And everybody knows the standard right here, so we know we got to prepare for a good opponent this week, who is Mississippi State.
Nick Saban said it's never really the plan for you to get 35 plus carries. Just is that? Do you mind that workload?
No, I don't mind it at all. I just want to help the offense and the team get a win. And obviously, the line and everybody did a great job blocking for me to have success. And I just credit to all of them for the success we had on offense, establishing the run game. So it goes all to them.
Do you feel like you're holding up physically at this point? I know you've had a lot of carries.
Oh, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go and practice today. So got to keep it going.
Watching that 55-yard field goal off Edward Griffin, how'd you feel about that?
Man, I was so happy for him, and we had confidence in him. And Coach wanted to punt it at first, but I was like, man, I hope he calls for field goal. And he called it, and Edward Griffin made a field goal. So I was very happy for him. We have confidence in him to make field goals like that.
You said you're feeling good physically right now. Just over the years, what tips and tricks have you learned to keep yourself feeling good, especially when you're taking a pounding every single game?
Get treatment, hot tub, cold tub, and just stay off your feet. After the game, is just rest up and get rest so your body can recover and things like that. And and also it's a mindset thing. Because it gets tough. During the season, you play a lot of games, but just a mindset thing. You just gotta stay hungry and gotta stay focused.
Nick Saban talks about maturity level a lot and how he's been impressed with the maturity level of this team. Is there any way you can quantify maturity in a teammate, or things you see? Is it body language? Is it preparation? What sort of things stand out to you? How you can quantify maturity?
I mean, everybody's just locked in. Everybody supports each other, and everybody just stays hungry. Make sure everybody's on the same page. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more like a family with each other because we all care about each other, and we want everybody to have success and everybody do the best. You know what I'm saying that they can do. So just more of a family thing, making sure everybody's locked in, everybody's, you know what I'm saying, under control. So I mean, our leadership does a great job. The guys who are on the leadership committee. So just make sure everybody's just locked in. I think that's a big thing.
How far is it to play with Michael Nicewander, a guy that was a former walk-on, seeing him block for you out there?
Yeah, I told Nicewander today, Highway 46, I'm riding all the way. Nicewander did a great job in the game, blocking on it, and he takes pride in that, and does a great job in practice for us to have success on Saturday.
You got a nickname for Cam Robinson. If Nicewander's Highway 446, is he Highway 86? I mean, what's it like to have that guy blocking for you?
I mean, Ashawn does a great job in practice, and the whole time we were practicing that, he was like, "Man, run behind me," and he takes pride in blocking. I knew when that play was called, he was gonna open it up for me.
Coach Saban, the process is all about building towards a certain point. And that takes patience, and obviously there's so much outside noise, mostly from us. College football is so reactionary week to week. How do you get a group of 18 to 22-year-olds to buy into being that patient, building towards something?
It's a standard that Coach Saban has here, and everybody understand that standard as you get here. Been said by the older guys, and this over experiencing. Like you said, it's a process, and Coach Saban already preaches that. You just gotta stay patient and with your time and just buy in. To what he talks about and what this organization is all about. So anything he preaches, that we always buy into it.
Is there any point in the game where you feel like you've taken it over? Are there moments where you feel like, okay, I'm kind of in a groove here, this is my kind of spot?
No, I mean, I just want to make plays for the offense. I just feel like I got to make a play for the offense, to get us going, because I feel like I'm the leader of the team. And like I said, offensive line did a great job blocking. This was me to have success running the ball. And everybody just took pride in blocking, just playing physical. So like I said, if anything, I credit all of them for the success I've been having.
We got the formalities out of the way. What about the kicks, man, the shoes? I mean, they're sweet. Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, I love shoes. I mean, I always loved shoes since I was little. So, I mean, any different shoe I can get, I try to get them. So, I mean, I just love shoes.
How many pairs you got?
I'm not sure. I haven't really counted. I mean, I just love sneakers. That's just one of the things I love.
But you've got a lot. When you're saying you've got a lot of shoes.
I mean, I have a variety. I mean, I just love sneakers. I love Jordans. I love Nikes. I just love sneakers.
Pitch for Nike here in a couple years. Right there.
Thanks, guys. That's it for today. Those four.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.